then Folkestone 2-0 defeat at home. I thought the performance was alright, but quality in both kind of final thirds killed us a little bit. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean that's just what we touched on, before we started filming. I think my message at the end of the game was it's not a result, it's not performance to start beating yourselves up and being down in the dumps about, but what we are slowly falling, and what a pattern that I'm starting to kind of see is the fact that at both ends, like you say, there's a little bit of, I wouldn't say quality too much going forward, because I think the quality creates the chances. It's just that I think you said a word before. We started efficiency. That's that's what we're lacking. And at the other end, we're ended up looking at we have to score 2 or 3 to win a game, and that's the pattern that I'm starting to see. We had more than enough chances today to score 1 goal at the bare minimum. I think you have 2 chances that have to be goals. You can say, everyone likes to say their chances should always be goals, but there's 2 chances there that have to be goals with not even a question. And you can talk about the 3 blocks off the line. Unfortunately, if you're kind of a mid-table side or a playoff side, they go in. But where we're at, we've kind of got to look past that, because we've got to worry about ourselves, and those little chances, they have to be goals. Especially if you flip it on its head at the other end of the pitch. We're 2 crosses into our box again. And that's it's not acceptable. It's something that we are trying really hard to get right. But I think if one of those chances goes in, we was towards the end of the game. I thought we were looking strong, and we changed our shape and we were putting bodies forward. And I think if one of those goes in, it could potentially be a different game. But it's kind of the same pattern of recent that we need to get out really quickly.
So how hard is it to kind of break that pattern? When you almost fall into a habit of the ball drops in the box, it's a goal. How hard is it to break that?
It's very hard. I think I'm quite a big believer of, and football, as much as you take your chances and things like that. I think the part of life plays its way into football. Sometimes when you're down in the dumps, things just don't go your way.
Sure.
And then when you're high flying, something off the knee goes in, or a little chance that someone scores a worldie. We haven't got those little bits at the moment, where a cross comes in and someone takes a bad touch, but it just goes in, or it just lands at our feet and we can score a goal. We're just not in that little zone, and I'm a believer of that. Where you are in the table, sometimes life just serves you up that little bit of potential bad luck at times. However, what from what we can control, I think, is just a bit of belief and a bit of confidence, and like I said, not getting yourself down in the dumps off the back of a performance like that. I think you've got to draw as many positives as we can and keep the changing room nice and positive. The fact that you're going to score goals, you are going to score goals. I thought defensively we looked a little bit sounder than recent weeks today, but it's still 2 goals conceded. So that's our most important job, because I think even at half time, we've got the belief throughout the group that we are going to score goals. There's players sitting there going, I don't have an issue that we're going to score a goal.
Sure.
Or we're not standing there going, we need to create more chances, we don't look a threat, because we do.
Yeah.
So if we can, and I say it's been a pattern, we've been here 3 weeks, so it does take time, but we have to tidy it up very quickly, because I do think once we do that, we can cause teams some big problems, and I've got full confidence in that.
So talking about that, it's 2 weeks since we first came here. We lost 3-0 to Carshalton and kind of capitulated a little bit second half. I know how hard you worked this week. You've had 2 training sessions, working on shape, working on personnel and patterns of play. From your point of view, can you see progress?
Yeah, for sure. I think I'd be naive not to say there has been progress. The mentality of myself in regard to wanting to make sure things are done correctly and things are perfect, I would say no, because I feel there's more. Sure. There's more from us as a management team, but there's also more to come from the group of players. And I don't think we've got their full potential just yet, but that does take time. So yeah, listen, progress is definitely there. I think you could see that just from the mentality side of going to get an equaliser against Wingate, scoring 3 goals. You know, that's something that, you know, shows progress straight away. And I think progress in terms of the mentality. I think the players, you know, since we've come in have been brilliant in terms of, you know, backing us and, you know, getting on board with what we're trying to do. It's just about, as a group, tidying, you know, the basic parts of the game up. And, you know, like I say, I do believe if we can do that, what we're looking at the moment is not the whole picture. We're looking at a fine detail that if we can get right, you know, it's not like I said just before, it's not like we're stood here going, we don't score goals, we don't look a threat, we can't defend, you know, we're not good enough on the ball, all those, it's just a fine detail that, and that for me is progress, because when we first came, you know, I thought there was a lot that needed to be changed quickly, and I think we've done parts of that, but it's, you know, that's a little bit missing, a bit of the puzzle that we need to find.
For sure. So just finally, Tuesday night away at Cheshunt, it's a big game. Obviously, they're a few points ahead of us. So call it a 6-pointer if you want. Looking forward to that one.
Well, we just called it a 10-pointer in there.
Did you?
Yeah, which wouldn't be bad if you can get 10 points after a win on Tuesday.
Right.
But yeah, listen, they're obviously a side that, you know, in and around where we are, and they're the type of teams you need to be beating. And I think if you can serve a performance up against the Folkestone at home like we did today, we're, you know, a little bit more ruthless in the final third, and, you know, making sure that we're up for a fight. It's going to be a fight game. Two teams, you know, on their last legs trying to survive in this league. So, you know, our mentality has to be that, you know, we're going for a bit of a fight, and it's going to be a bit of a war out there. And, you know, I think you saw that from the Wingate game, that the boys have got it in them. So, you know, that will be drummed into them. But it's a big game for both sides. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because if you come into a club, you know, in the position that they're in at the moment, you've got to be ready to go into games like that. So we're fully prepared, and you know, that's part of the reason that, you know, I'm here. I'm looking forward to, you know, getting amongst it and making sure that the boys are on the same page.